make a motion, we approve the agenda for August 6th as written.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And the approval of the minutes for July 23rd.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes for July 23rd, 2025 as written.
Second.
Second.
Bills for July 25.
Okay, so I just went through the bills very hurriedly. Everything looked good. And we had a total expenditure of $154,650.32. Total revenue was $97,620.46, leaving us in the red $57,029.86. And with that, I make the motion we pay the bills.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Public comment. Steve?
Thank you, sir. At the first meeting of July, I asked you what our standing was financially as far as the end of the fiscal year. Did you ever get a figure for that?
Keisha has that. I've been kind of absent because I'm finishing up class on the 16th,
So
so.
you don't have to tell me the exact figure, will it be plus or minus?
We were, plus, big time, plus, oh yeah.
Because I noticed at the last couple of meetings that the bills were red, that was running quite a deficit.
Yeah, so we always start with a good chunk and forward a lot, so even though, yeah,
I know,
Yeah.
some of that,
Yeah.
maybe all of that.
yeah. So we are in a plus big time, yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Lindy,
What?
would you like to talk to me? Us?
Sure. What do you want to talk about? Maybe some trees. I don't know. Flower pot. The reunion went well. I think we need to have one every year before Saturday.
I was just gonna say, your pots look beautiful. They're
Some of
brighten it up.
them do. Some of them gotten a little dry, but some of them are lost in the weeds.
That's,
And you can't see them at all.
yeah, I noticed that too.
But that's not things that need to be problem.
Yeah, I just can't say, they look very nice.
Thank you.
Ryan, Sarah? Nothing?
Well, tree board wise, Logan reached out to Bill Harris's brother, and there was a tree pot planted in a pot, that he probably never took out of the pot. We asked Logan to reach out and see if we could plant that in Bill Harris's memory, somewhere in town. So they get it out of their hair, and it's a tree that's obviously survived and that for quite some time. It is a pine, some kind of, what kind of pine? I don't remember.
I can't remember, I looked it up, but
Yeah, it's a pine. So I don't know where we're gonna put it.
we'll figure something out.
Yank one of those dead ones out of the cemetery.
Yeah.
That's what we were thinking, and we probably put a plaque on it with, Bill Harris's name and his memory, or whatever his family wants, just to say it to us.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Good call, Vicky.
That's all I have.
Andrea?
Hi, there have been some suspicious circumstances, so suspicious I've met some great bikers. I've dealt with dogs, cats, horses, thank you for bringing that up. And, a small group of juveniles did some impromptu community service at the pool today as punishment for their thievery. I think that's about it.
Was it hard work?
I don't know, the pool manager gave them some chores to do.
Oh, she's
Logan and I had some interactions with Sinclair from Pine Bluffs in regards to the above-ground storage tanks for fuel that they wanted to put in town limits. We spent quite a bit of time working with Sinclair, their attorney, and together to bring a resolution to the issues that came up. And Logan will have more information on that, in regards to the permit process. Logan worked hard, he digitized our permits so that we could accelerate their process and help them smooth that out. And then the other thing that's, I suppose the two other things that are big news in the area. One, the local newspaper shut down, so any legal notices or publications that were required to publish. I know we found a resolution for our local minutes, but anything else like bids and different things that we need to publish, we'll be looking for answers for that. And then the new concealed carry laws that went into effect. The town of Torrington is talking about how that works in their community buildings or community spaces. If someone has a local permit in the community space, if they're allowed to carry or not carry, if they'll be allowed to carry or not carry in all. And so I was just going to see if that's something that we want to talk about or think about in regards to how we want to post that, if we're going to do anything.
Jeff had questions on that.
Yeah, I did.
Last meeting, didn't he?
Or no, the meeting before, yeah. Yeah, he was talking about that meeting before.
The state doesn't even know what they're doing yet.
I know.
So how about Lingle? Just,
Table it.
yeah. Just, yeah.
Let's let them do their.
On that note, Michael Ashley, Tori Gilchrist, and I had a brief discussion today because it's very important that the three of us are on the same page. We will be having further discussions as the school board solidifies their plans, and I guess there will be some training through Orient PD for teachers and staff. So we're just kind of waiting to see how that plays out. My presence has been requested at as many athletic events as I can attend, because of this. So,
It's a scary situation.
I think right now, my focus as soon as school starts is going to be making sure that students and parents feel safe. And I think as we move through this process, people will calm down and things will start to fall into place. But I think right now, we need to make everybody feel that their kids are safe and that they're safe.
Agreed. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Anna.
Mr. Logan.
Yes, sir. So, with the Telegram going out of business, that's one thing we've been kind of having this discussion, but I think we're gonna try and set something up where I'll do like a monthly newsletter, and then I will just post it around town where we post the minutes and everything, and then we'll have a recap of the council meetings and then events coming out, things like that, just so we can hopefully get the word out a little bit more to people. And so that's one of those that, like I say, we've been talking about it, but I've heard so many different things because we're at this weird point where we have a few generations that get their information a certain way and another set of generations that get it a completely different way, and there is no overlap in the middle. So, so I've been trying to kind of work with everybody in town to figure out the way that we can get the word out the best. So it's still a work in progress, but I think from what I've heard so far about the newsletters, that would be a welcome addition to getting information out. So I plan on working that a little bit. Nick Anastas, he lives over on Fremont. He submitted, well, Spring Solar on his behalf submitted a building permit request for a solar panel. So as it stands right now, we do not have a policy for solar panels. And I've tried to call him and get a hold of him, but I have not been able to get a hold of him. So I've been talking to his contractor, and I explained a little bit of our side of things, that they would have to provide a two-way meter and everything, and then we're not going to be providing him any compensation for his power at this point. So I was going to bring that up to you guys. I don't know how you would like to move forward with that, but I don't see any issue with him installing the solar panel. It's just going to have to be done so that it's not going to interfere with any of our system. And I spoke to the contractor about that, and the contractor's been great to work with. I mean, he's answered all my questions and provided everything I've asked for. And we're currently waiting on state fire marshal approval for the plans, and as soon as I have that, then we'll probably sign off on the building permit, but that's only contingent upon him and I having a discussion, Nick and I having a discussion and getting the details to him, because I don't know that he knows everything, and I don't want him expecting a paycheck when that's not gonna happen. So, that's going on. Like I say, there's been a lot of discussion and research over that. So I would ask that we make some amendments to our electrical ordinance. I have started drafting that out, and I was hoping to have it done today, but I didn't have it done yet. So I've been talking to Powell a lot, because Powell has a lot of solar customers, and I've seen how they handle their system, and they do a deferred cost, which is based off of WAMPA standard, which basically you would get I think it's an 8 cent per kilowatt hour credit on your account for power supplied back to the town, and then the power that you use from the town would be billed at the normal rate. I would also recommend, if we do change that, I would like to change the structure of how we bill for solar customers, because it's going to require basically a different setup and then maintenance. So it would require a whole new category under solar customers. So I would like to discuss that further with you guys and kind of see where you're at with that. And then, like I say, hopefully Nick will call me back and we can get kind of figured out what his expectations are, and explain to him what we will and won't do. So I'll keep you apprised of that. I also noticed there were several errors in the ordinance online. I was going to ask Rich about that today, and I forgot, but so we'll get that remedied when we go over that. And then the landfill, we also need to adjust that ordinance because we no longer have a landfill. It's considered a transfer station now, so we do not operate under the same rules as a landfill. We can continue to take wood and burn the wood, or I've had some people go up and get firewood out of the pile on different things. I've been trying to find other ways to get rid of it, but we're going to have to work through that, because the other day I had someone go and dump a bunch of stuff in there, and I had to haul it all out. So we started locking the gate, and you are only in there if I'm with you. So I hate to do that, but we're having some issues. So that's how we're going to address that for right now. And then, like I say, we'll have to address the ordinance, because that's not correct. And then the trees at the cemetery have all started going again. And I've noticed it spread to other trees, and I asked someone to take a look at it with, what is that called? The Wyoming State Forestry. And I cannot remember the guy's name now, but he told me to call a local arborist, and they told me to just cut them all down, and I don't think that's necessarily correct. So I'm going to try and get a second opinion and figure out what we need to do there, but
Derek Law.
no,
It
This tree
it was Tim
not
something.
harvest.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
okay.
looked at it.
Okay,
Because that's
okay,
who
that's
looked
where
at
I
it,
was
yeah.
confused.
Yeah, it's,
because-
yeah, we think it's water related, so.
And that's what I thought too, but the trees along the main road when you come in, those are all starting to show the same signs. And those things are, I mean, that soil is soaked. And it's been that way all summer. So, yeah, and that's,
It's all running down there.
Yeah.
And that's such, what's gravel hill,
yeah,
so that's just.
and there's a lot of sand, yeah. And so I'm not sure what, but the fact that they've been doing well for however many years and then those few kind of went out and then just this year, it's a never-ending battle.
Sounds more like a virus to me.
Or
Or
he
beetles.
mentioned that one of the trees dying could have got beetles in it, and now they're spreading. And he can come out and recheck it.
Okay,
But he doesn't do commercial property, or like, he's getting out of the business, so he's only going to do, I guess, fertilizer treatment. So that will be a problem that we'll run into, is finding somebody that can actually.
And how old are those trees?
Yeah,
well, some of them are very old, but then there's others out there that I asked Larry about and they're not that old.
the
I mean, they're
original tree boards, like,
8 to 10, 10 to 12, yeah, I can't remember.
or the lion's one.
But but like the two new ones that we planted, they're doing really well. And then there's two, I think they're also Fat Albert blue spruces. They're doing really well. So I mean, it's really weird what tree it's hitting and what tree it's not, but.
And it could be that or a focus, like, that's what.
Yeah, and I questioned that too, but like I said, I'll get a second opinion on that and see what we need to do and get it figured out, but, and then the only other thing I had was our National Volunteer Firefighter Grant was denied, so we did not get that money. But, so we're gonna try for a couple other grants, see what we can get and go from there. And then I'm currently working with, Tom Bozeman in Torrington to get the federal grants through SHSB done. So we're supposed to meet, I think, on Monday and go over grant ideas for the county, so I will bring you more information on that on Monday. I think that's pretty much everything I have. If you have any questions.
So with the newsletter, would it be helpful to send out a survey to see if some people want it by email and if some would prefer paper copy? That way it's less labor intensive and then less paper being delivered to everybody, less postage, all that.
Well, and we wouldn't be delivering it to everybody, we would just post it around town.
Okay.
Because I think, because if I was told if I posted it Ties, the community center, Ties, the senior center, and town hall, people would see it.
Okay.
Because I actually did that, it's been a while ago now, but I went to Ties and asked around there and just asked people that came in, hey, how do you want your news presented to you? How do you want information about town and what's going on? And
Yeah.
Can we
almost all
post
of
that in
them.
the post office, because we all get our mail there?
Correct, and I plan on the post office if they'll let me, because
Correct.
sometimes they're iffy about what they will or won't post.
And there's another, I think it's community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
And leave a pile of them at the post office, so somebody can go and take them.
yeah, we can do that too, yeah, that's a good idea,
Have it posted.
okay. Yeah,
That's, I mean, one place that everybody in town has, someone in their household has to go through is the post office.
correct, yeah. Yeah, we can look at that.
It's a good idea, Randy.
Thank you, Logan.
You bet.
Thank you. Tabitha, are you speaking here?
Yeah, Casey's on his way to stop plus pick up the truck driver, so he's gonna be here, but he's not. Last month we had 10 ambulances and fires. We were getting our billing stuff figured out, and Medicare has been sorted, so that's the big
They're
one.
making some good money.
Yeah, that was all the back Medicare,
Making some dang good money.
yeah.
Which is good, then you guys can take care of your ambulance.
So we just bought I ordered it today, a new scoop stretcher, because our scoop stretcher it's older than me. And it
Checking
was
that by you.
aluminum and falling apart, so we're able to replace that.
Had a lot of pinch points on it too.
Yes, yes, it did. Hopefully here in the near future, we have enough to buy a monitor to help with the community and possibly talk about upgrading our service to a higher level. But that's neat.
Rich?
Yes. The entertainment for the event in the park, I've been working with Go Goshen. Actually, I pretty much kind of handed it over to them to take care of. It's pretty much set. So the entertainment has been contracted. They have food trucks. They have 4 sponsors that have stepped forward to some funds to take care of this. Leanne Mattis from Go Goshen. She's posted on various websites on their weekly radio show. She also gives boost there. And that's it.
A week from today, correct?
Week from today, from 6 to 9 o'clock. The Duncans have their own sponsor of free swim. Any questions?
Good.
All right, new business, the town's insurance policy. Speak of this, Rich.
Yes. The new policy, the price for the new policy for the next fiscal year is $35,669. Last year it was $32,218. It's an increase of 10%. Part of the change came from the old equipment that was sold. The equipment was taken off the policy, but it was replaced with new motors that we needed. So he said that being newer, the replacement value being a little bit higher, it raised the premium.
What did you say last policy number was?
Last year's policy was $32,218. Just like your approval to renew the policy.
Make a motion, we approve the upgrade and the insurance policy.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We have a catering permit by the Corner Bar for the party department. Do I have a second for this? Motion.
Make a motion, we approve the catering permit for the party in the park at Whipple Park on August 13th. We don't have to count time.
4 to 10.
Oh, 4 to 10, sorry, thank you, 4 to 10.
And do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
How about that? Do you have anything?
I'm good, sir.
Kathy?
I'm good, sir.
Have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.